Once again, we're starting with the 90-90 hip switch. Driving those knees into the ground at the end ranges right here, and then moving the knees independently, trying to create as much separation and distance between the knees as possible until that knee gets back to the ground. Then we bring them in, drive both knees into the ground, and then once again peeling them one at a time, trying to keep as much distance and separation, actively pulling the knees apart, getting that active stretch. Now here I keep my hands on the ground, and you can see that this keeps the torso much more square to the front, which really ensures a lot of movement through the hip capsule. Still, same rules apply, driving the knees into the ground and then moving the knees independently, trying to actively pull them apart, getting as much distance between them as possible. The hardest way and the most way to progress this is to bring the hands up and support this on your own. So here, you see my hands are up on my shoulders, but all the same rules apply, creating distance between the knees and driving the knees into the ground at the end ranges. Next, we're going to go into our basic strider stretch. So we have that split stance, keep the chest up, lock the back leg out, get it as straight as possible, rotate to the ceiling with active shoulders, and then hike those hips up towards the ceiling to get a good stretch on the hamstring. Then we switch sides, getting that foot up by the hand, locking that back leg out, getting the stretch on the front of the hip, actively rotating those shoulders, getting nice and straight, perpendicular to the ceiling, hike the hips up to hit the hamstring. Next, we're going to go face down in a prone position, sitting all the way back on our heels. Make sure that your feet are flat like this and you're sitting back on those heels. That's very important. It keeps the lower back from being able to compensate. One arm goes behind the lower back just like this. As you can see, internally rotating the shoulder, and you're going to rotate up towards the ceiling as high as you can, making sure that you're getting rotation through the upper back and not the lower back. As you can see here, you begin the movement with the head, rotate the head first, and then the upper back rotation follows. Make sure you're driving that arm that's on the ground, drive it through the ground as you rotate the back up towards the ceiling and staying square to the floor. You're not laterally bending in order to rotate.